The Republic Act No. 10175, known as the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, is a consolidation of Senate Bill No. 2796, proposed by former Senator Edgardo Angara, and House Bill No. 5808, authored by Susan Yap Sulit of the 2nd District of Tarlac. This was finally passed by the Senate and the House of Representatives on June 5 and June 4, 2012, respectively. It was signed into law by the former President Benigno Aquino III on September 12, 2012. The objectives of this act are to protect the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information and data online, and to penalize the acts of misuse, abuse, and illegal access to information and communications technology. The cybercrime offenses stated in this bill are cybersquatting, cybersex, child pornography, identity theft, illegal access to data, and libel. Any person found guilty of such punishable acts must be punished for imprisonment and/or a fine of 200,000 to 10 million pesos, depending on the offense made. The National Bureau of Investigation and the Philippine National Police are responsible for the efficient and effective law enforcement of the provisions of this act. An interagency body to be known as the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center shall be headed by the Executive Director of the Information and Communications Technology Office under the Department of Science and Technology as chairperson, with the Director of the NBI as vice chairperson, the Chief of the PNP, head of the DOJ Office of Cybercrime, and one representative from the private sector and academe as members. The CICC shall be manned by a secretariat of selected existing personnel and
Cybersex, also called computer sex, internet sex, and net sex. It is a virtual sex encounter in which two or more people connected remotely via computer networks send each other sexually explicit messages describing a sexual experience. Cybersex is a subtype of technology-mediated sexual interactions. In one form, this fantasy sex is accomplished by the participants describing their actions and responding to their chat partners in a mostly return to stimulate their own sexual feelings and fantasies. Cybersex often includes real-life masturbation. Environments in which cybersex takes place are not necessarily exclusively devoted to that subject, and participants in any internet chat may suddenly receive a message of invitation. The quality of cybersex encounter typically depends upon the participants' abilities to evoke a vivid, visceral mental pictures in the minds of their partners. Imagination and suspension of disbelief are also critically important. Cybersex can occur either within the context of existing or intimate relationships. Examples: among lovers who are geographically separated, or among individuals who have no prior knowledge of one another and meet in the virtual spaces or cyberspaces, and may even remain anonymous to one another. In some contexts, cybersex is enhanced by the use of a webcam to transmit real-time video of the partner's non-consensual. Cybersex occurs in cybersex trafficking crimes.